Will the real island girl please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. Will the real island girl please stand up?
Hey, you guys. I am so excited for tonight. Hold on, I have an echo. All right, let me know if you guys can hear echo. Put a 1 in the chat if you hear echo, because now I don't hear it. Hey, you guys. What's up, Sweeney? Hey, Ryan. Hey, Jordan. What's up, Convo and Chill with Tommy? What's up, Tommy? Hey, Kay. Okay, so we're good. You guys can hear me and it's not an echo. Okay, so if you guys don't know, Danica Marie, as you see over here, decided she wanted to do a video the other day about my clip that I made like a month ago. And the clip that I made a month ago was a response to a video that she did, basically asking us why we're here, asking women that are in interracial relationships why we're here. And she said divesters, but my thing is when they mention divesters, they lump everybody into the same pool. It doesn't matter if you are just interracially dating and you don't identify as a divester. If you are with somebody of a different race, you're instantly a divester. You're instantly questionable in society, or at least Black culture, per this video, right? So the basis of her first video was, why are y'all here? There's no reason for y'all to be over here if you're dating somebody outside of your race. And at first I thought it was funny when she was saying that, because I was like, we obviously don't need permission to be here. Obviously, I'm a Black woman. Obviously, my kids are Black. Obviously, my family's Black. So it makes sense for me to be around Black people. But for some reason, it just doesn't register to her. I don't know. So I want you guys to see what she did in the response video, because First of all, she did me wrong. I would never do what she did, crossing my face out. I wouldn't do that. But let me show y'all what she did. Hold on. Let me go back to the beginning for her little monologue.
Yes, I really do appreciate you all for being here on this Saturday when this is not one of our scheduled days to go live. All right.
You see how she made an exception for me because she wasn't even supposed to go live. She had nothing to talk about, but she had time for me, I guess. So let's see.
I'm going to ask before we get started to hit 200. All right. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. We have a little bit of light smoke today. Okay. We have a little bit of light smoke today. I actually received a message from one of my day one crown heads. Shout out to Healthy Black Pill Diet, aka Mark. He sent me over a message on Instagram of a TikTok that a young, beautiful chocolate sister, okay, in my Dr. Umar voice, okay, a beautiful chocolate sister.
Really? You don't have to. Beautiful chocolate sister me, beautiful chocolate sister me, lay it on all thick just before you decide that you're going to tell me that I don't need to be here. Like, we don't need to do that. If you don't want me here, you don't need to lay on the compliments. We could just be adults about this. We can talk about this, but let's not beautiful black sister because I'm not black enough to be in this space, right? Because I have a white man.
Made of me, addressing me, and I'm going to assume that she is a divester because otherwise, once again, I don't understand why she does have this light smoke. Okay, so y'all so damn petty. My crown heads are petty. Thank you, Omega Red, for becoming a channel member. One thing about my crown heads is, and thank you, Roberto. Y'all are petty as hell, but I am too. I'm not gonna lie. I can be low key here for it. When you guys send me over certain links, certain information, and y'all are being petty and messy, something within me, it's like, okay, should I bite this or not?
And shout out to you. I see you in the chat, Healthy Black Pill Diet too. You decided that she needed to address this. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're focused on the stream and have a good time. Enjoy the show.
And in this instance, I said, you know what? Since you are a day one crown head, I'm gonna go ahead and bite on this information that you're sending over. Okay. So this beautiful chocolate divested sister has some words. Again, the smoke wasn't too heavy, but nonetheless, it was a little bit of smoke. And I feel like it is worthy enough to address. Roberto says, shout out to the perfect woman for another dope discussion. Danica, say hi to your husband for me. Is that a goat? Okay, we got the goat emoji. We got the fire. Okay, and shout out to Roberto. Okay, we appreciate it. Again, y'all, 200. Now, I'm getting ready to, yeah, Mark out here snitching. Yes. He out here chocolate black sister, you know, that has some like smoke for my video that I had when I was addressing a lot of these divested females coming at my neck talking all this shit. When it's like, bitch, first of all, why are you here? Why do you even know? How do you even know what's going on in Blackistan when you're, again, putting yourself first and you don't deal with toxic black things within the black community? Okay.
So she believes that since I am dating a white man, I am putting myself first. And that means I'm no longer a part of the Black community. Putting myself, my Black self first, means I'm no longer a part of the Black community. And I shouldn't be knowing what's going on over here in Blackistan. That's what she's calling this side of YouTube, Blackistan. And she has a lot of different ideas about that. So let's listen to her.
So this is her response to that. Okay.
Hey, fantasy girls and guys. So I wanted to give my opinion on this whole Nika Marie situation because I think it's very interesting that she decided to put out a video about divestors. So let's get into it. So Danica puts out this video called Divestors Are Clowns. Girl, shut up. And I was like, first of all, this is hilarious. So obviously I'm going to watch it, right? So I go watch the video. And I think it's very interesting that she spends a lot of time asking, why are you here? Why are you here? If you're so happy with Chad, why are you here? If you're so happy with Brad, why are you in our business? Right? Good question.
She had to, hold on, let's pause. She had to acknowledge that, hey, this shit is a good question. Okay. Now let me get my my double cup water ready. Y'all know we don't drink around here. Let me get my double cup water ready. Because we,
Ma'am, I'm not drinking over here either. I have my gallon of water at all times, but get to the point. Get to the point. What is the problem?
getting ready to sip. You know, getting ready to sip. And I got my candy cigarettes. You know, we got our double cup in our candy cigarettes today. Double cup H2O in our candy cigarettes. Hold on.
Did she get that from Blackistan? The candy cigarettes, the double cup, is that from Blackistan? Because obviously, I don't know. I have no idea what happens in Blackistan. I just visit. So we in our 30s with candy cigarettes and double cups in Blackistan. Okay.
She even had to acknowledge the fact that that was a damn good question. You know? Thank you, Canadian bro. It says divestors' job is to keep blacks from forming strong black families in the West, then taking our riches to other lands. Learn more languages and build kingdoms together in peace under structure. Peace to that. I approve that message. Y'all give us 505 likes. Now, even beautiful chocolate divested sister had to acknowledge that, hey, that was a damn good question. Why are we over there? Why do we know so much about what Danica and, you know, the broke, dusty, conquered black men are doing? It like, why are we over there? And this was her response. This was her answer, which was not a good answer in my opinion, but I'm going to let her go ahead.
You're so happy with Brad. Why are you in our business, right? Good question. But no, Not really. It's not really a good question because no matter how many Brads or Chads you date, you're still a Black woman. We don't need permission from Black women to be in Black spaces. Hey, fantasy girls and guys.
Did y'all hold on? Did y'all see the attitude?
I got that attitude from Blackistan. We don't need your permission to be in Black spaces. I don't know who you think you are, the owner of the Black community, the the chairman. What are you? Who are you? The gatekeeper? We gatekeeping now? If we're gatekeeping, why are we starting with the divesters? I think there's plenty, many people that we stand up for and advocate that they Black and they belong here and they deserve this, and that. And I can't even speak on a subject because my man is white. Does that make any sense to you? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Let's go to the attitude part. Because again, it was light smoke. It was very passive aggressive. It was very nonchalant. It was very, subtle, but the smoke was indeed there.
It is. We don't need permission from Black women to be in Black spaces.
Yes, you do. Yes, yes, you do. Hold on.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Surprise, surprise. Yes, I do. Who I gotta ask, Danica? Who's supposed to give me permission to be here?
Oh, yes, you do.
We don't need permission from Black women to be.
Yes, you do. I gotta keep taking it back because I need y'all to see the amount of a little bit of smoke that she had.
Not really. It's not really a good question because no matter how many Brads or Chads you date, you're still a Black woman. Yes, she obviously was bored and needed content and decided, oh, fantasy is starting out her journey. Let me just go punch down on this Black woman real quick, so that I can get some clicks and views and I can say she don't need to be here. I'm Debo. She got to come to me. I run this. She has to get my permission to be here. Ma'am, I'm subscribed to you. I have no smoke for you. I supported you when you were going through that shit with just pearly things and Tommy was calling you out. I definitely said, look, the way they called him out is I wouldn't do it, but I don't have any smoke for these women. Only for her to come back now and have smoke for me. Try to kick me out. And you know what's crazy? I really don't expect any loyalty from this woman, as she doesn't know me from a can of paint. She's just reviewing my video. She doesn't know anything about me. I haven't been on panels with her like I've been on panels with some of y'all. But it's just very interesting that she's trying to shit on me and push me out of the Black community as if there's not plenty of people she could be having this smoke for. Plenty of people that are detrimental to society. Anyway, Danica.
But here's the thing. By you dating Brads and Chads, you have a new interest. You have a new role. You have new priorities. So it does matter. And the reason why I
Wait a minute. What new roles, what new priorities do I have now for the Black community that I didn't have before? What new roles am I playing now for the white community now that I have a white man? Like, at the end of the day, white people don't feel like there's a community of them that they have to stick together with. That's a Black people thing. So it's not like we got to go to the white version of the NAACP to support him and the things that he's trying to do. I just don't understand how there's any how this makes any sense and how she feels comfortable saying this on the internet in front of all of her followers. She has thousands of followers that she's telling this stuff to.
I really want you guys to let it marinate and soak in as far as her attitude, her body language, her facial expressions, her disposition. It was very much so giving. Well, you got a good point, but I still feel
Is that what it was giving?
entitled to say whatever the hell I want to say. And that's not actual fact. That's not actual fact. Once you cross that bridge, there's no coming back. Once you go over here and you cross that bridge and you have, new territory, stay your ass over there.
Go back.
That's not actual fact. Once you cross that bridge, there's no coming back. Once you go over here and you cross that bridge and you have, new charter territory, stay your ass over there. I now understand why my brothers say that once these Black females make the decision to go and engage in different men and with different men, have babies with those men and engulf themselves in those different.
So once you start having babies with those men, so she's assuming we just turning into baby mamas now. I'm not having any more kids. I don't have that ability with my man to have more kids. We have kids of our own, each of us. And if we were to have a child, that wouldn't change the fact that we have Black children that we are responsible for, Black children that we love, Black children that are the future of of our generations, like your children, that deserve better like your children. Why pretend that I don't have any skin in the game because I have a white man? Why try to erase my Black kids and my Black experience because I'm dating somebody? If we were to get married, would that invalidate me even more?
Cultures and different races and everything. I understand now wholeheartedly why my brothers say once you go over there, you have to stay over there, because now we no longer concern you. As a matter of fact, you made it your objective to tell us directly. We pulled up the definition of a divester. You made it your objective to let us know that you put yourself first and you walked away from the Black community. You walked away from the toxic behaviors of the Black community. And let y'all tell it, the things that we discuss over on our platform is that toxic behaviors. So when I ask, why the fuck are you here? That's a valid question. But a lot of these quote unquote divestors that again are the biggest investors, okay? They feel so entitled.
Can y'all hold on? When I'm not up here, can y'all see the comments? Can y'all see what they're saying? Because I'm reading the comments like, damn, it's not just Danica that's saying these ridiculous things on the stream. But then you have the comments like, notice most of the divestors on YouTube are dark skinned and they're probably insecure about their skin tone and take it out on the wrong people. Where do you get that from? You obviously don't get it from me. But this is the same guy that kept posting Fantasy has fake tits. She has fake tits. Like, does that suddenly make me white? Did I miss the goddamn memo? What is wrong with people? It's 2023 and we're focused on the wrong thing. It's 2023 and we got a travel advisory from going to Florida, Me and my Black kids, my ex-husband is moving to Florida. When we go to visit him, that's a problem. Do you understand that I still have the same issues as other Black people? You understand how hurtful it is to hear things like this?
And they don't want to feel like they're being kicked out to where they're like, you know what? Well, that's not a good question because I can go wherever I want to go. No, you fucking can't. I need you guys to really peep game on the mentality, the personality flaw within a lot of these quote unquote divestors. They swear up and down that the Black community at large is so corrupt, so destructive, so toxic, so beneath them that they have to make the decision to remove themselves. Because again, they're so high and mighty. Then when we say, okay, bitch, go ahead, we don't give a damn, don't come back. Now it's like, well, you can't make me leave. Yes, the fuck we can. Just how you can try to make these claims that you're so much better than us and you're leaving us behind. We can do the same thing. We can very well say, you know what, since you're a divester, you're.
Who's making these claims? Who will sit up here with people every damn day on different streams, different panels? Who's making these claims? Who are you talking to? Are you projecting? Are you not embarrassed?
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
It's really embarrassing. I can't believe you feel comfortable to sit up here and try to make some rules for it's 2023. Today, you're trying to make some rules for who's allowed at a table, who's allowed around us. Now all of a sudden I can't be here. You made a whole stream about me saying I'm uninvited to the table for what? For light smoke? Because I told you one time I didn't need your permission. You decided you needed to take an hour and a half to explain why I needed to come to you for permission? For permission? Girl, I can tell you right now.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
We don't care at all. I don't care. I don't care at all. I'm going everywhere I've been going and more places. I'm going to continue to grow my channel and discuss clowns like you. This is clown behavior. This is foolishness.
And tell me that you're stupid. You're not smart. You're not smart.
Oh,
if you're
really?
gonna go sit.
You're not smart. Nothing about this is intelligent. You're going on this rant. You're so upset. You want me out for what? Do you have that same energy for murderers and rapists in the community? People that come back from jail? The criminals? Do you have the same smoke for them? Are they others now too? Are they out of the community and belong to nothing now too?
You're a traitor, bitch. You're a traitor. Don't come back. You have no say so.
A traitor. You're a traitor. What is this, middle school? You're in your 30s. You're a traitor? Does this make any sense to y'all? I can't believe she felt comfortable posting this. I can't believe she felt comfortable leaving it up. I think she should feel very ashamed of herself.
Don't come over here. Don't talk to us. Don't look at us. Don't engage with us. We can do that just the same way as you can big yourself up to be this almighty Black goddess divested sister and say the hell with us. We can say the hell with y'all. But see, they don't like that. A lot of these divestors are narcissistic. Yeah, I'm going to say it, and I'm going to sip my water and my double.
Now we narcissistic. Now we're narcissistic. Do you see all the stuff that she's throwing on us? Now we're narcissistic? This is crazy. Girl.
Okay, hold on. I really want you guys to pay attention to how off a lot of these chicks are. They're off. They feel so, how can I put this? Because I don't want to be disrespectful, you know. I would call them little entitled bitches, but I don't want to do that. They feel so high and mighty. They are so grandiose, right? That they feel that they are good enough, they're big enough, they're bold enough, they're bad enough to exclude us, but we can't do that in reverse. Again, a lot of these females, they are the narcissists that they talk about. They have whole channels talking about, oh, narcissistic, and they are the biggest narcissists. Now,
Listen, when I mentioned her name, it's because she already made a video asking why we were here. I literally referenced the title and everything, which you're aware of because you were in this stream as she pointed out that I said the title of the show. So I didn't just say her name for no reason. She already started spewing this bullshit. So I already gave her a warning. We don't need no permission to be here. We do not need her permission to be here. And we're damn sure not going to ask. Who the fuck does she think she is? Who is she? It doesn't make any sense. Don't say that I mentioned her name first. There was no reason for her to come for divesters, people that have dated outside of their race, people that have decided that, first of all, every damn day we get told that Black women outnumber Black men in America. So why is there such an uproar for the others of us to go date somebody else if you've already said there's not enough for us? Make it make sense. How pro-Black are you? If you would rather the rest of us just have no body and our genes and the rest of our history die off rather than us be with somebody that loves us, make that make sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. That's not pro-Black. That's not helping us at all. If you want to focus on helping us, focus on these kids. Focus on these kids that are going through a lot right now. If it's not a gun, it's a rapist. It's a preacher, it's a pope, it's a somebody that's supposed to be trusted violating these kids. Focus on that. There's no reason for you to shift your focus over here to the divesters or the interracial daters because I don't identify as a divester. I interracially date, but I'm obviously not removed from the culture. I think that's ludicrous to think that you can interracially date and then remove yourself from the culture. You'll never be removed. So I don't even think that makes any sense. I think that's something that people came up with so that they could try to exclude more Black people. We're very good at that. We'll find any and every reason to say you're not Black. You don't speak Black enough. You don't walk Black enough. You don't talk Black enough. You don't wear the right clothing. You don't identify with the culture in the hood, so you're not Black enough. You went to a PWI, you're not Black. Anything makes you not Black. And it's problematic. And here she is spewing some more bullshit. Now, if you dating somebody outside the race, you ain't Black enough.
I can do that, even though I'm a regular basic ass Black bitch and I don't got shit going on for myself and nobody voted me to be in charge or anything of that sort, but I did it for myself. So therefore, I have the rights to tell y'all that you can't sit with us. And I have the rights to tell y'all that you can't engage with us. And I have the right to tell y'all that y'all are dumb and y'all stay with hood dudes and y'all stay with Blackistan and y'all are dusty. I have the right to say that about y'all and exclude y'all, but you can't do that to us. Says who? You? And even still, all we're doing, bitch, is honoring what you said that you wanted to do anyway. I'm respecting you. I'm putting respect on your claim. I'm putting respect on your damn movement.
I'm trying to find out what's Black Enough also true. Oh yeah, and hold on. If you want to come, let me send you an invite. I'm about to drop this in the chat for you guys to come up and talk, but I know a couple of people did want to come and speak on this with me. So I'm about to invite you up, True, and you can throw in your comments too.
I'm putting respect on your removal from the Black community, and I'm going to hold you accountable and ask you, why the fuck are you here? See, all I'm doing is holding you to your own standard, and you don't like it. You can't handle it. This is why I said Black men were right. Y'all can't leave. Y'all cannot even hold yourselves to your own damn set of rules. You can't even hold yourself to your own standard. You put yourself first, right, sis? You walked away from the toxic Black community, right, sis? You don't deal with Blackistan and struggle love, right? You don't deal with male-identified Black male worshiping hoes, right, sis? So again, I'm just holding you to your own standard, holding you.
Come up, come up, come up. Can you hear me?
Okay.
All right. Let's do this instead. Boom. All right. So she's basically saying, because we have started to interracially date, we have chosen a side and we need to stay over there. What do you think about that?
I think her name is Danica, so why are we listening to her? Honestly. Like, her name is Danica. Why are we listening to her? The lady doesn't exemplify any level of class, in my opinion. And I think that's the unfortunate part about this narrative overall. You know, like, you made valid points. Who you choose to date does not invalidate your Blackness, and the community, as it's called, does not have the political right nor power to determine who loses or gains more Blackness. Like, what is that? I don't even understand.
I really can't understand it either. I really want to. Who's this guy? Hold on one second. Oh, come on, Diesel.
What's going on, Sweeney?
Let's do this one.
What's going on, True?
What's up,
Can y'all hear
Diesel?
me?
What's up, Sweeney? I can hear you.
All right, good.
Yeah, so
What?
I started watching her because I did not know very many Black creators that were considered manosphere adjacent. The only ones I knew were Crimson Cure and Chantel. And I really liked their shows, but for whatever reason, each of them got, oh, they're not, don't just focus on them. There's other ones. So I started watching Danica Marie. And I felt like, even though the way that she gave her commentary isn't the way that I would give mine, I still understood the way that she was explaining things. And I was like, okay, she's not really explaining it for my audience. However, she had some valid points in some of the things that she was saying. I only got to watch 2 streams of hers, and then I saw the stream that I did a Instagram video for. So once I saw that video, I was like, is she really trying to act like she doesn't understand why we're here, or is she just trying to cause an uproar and kick us out? So at first I was like, okay, she's just playing. This is a joke. So I'm gonna make a funny little response. I guess it wasn't a funny response because now I have people like this, like, oh, does fantasy bash black men? Look, if you deserve some good old fashioned shaming, I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that. And I don't have any shame about it. You know why? Because when I need that shit, I get it directly. I get it while I'm sleeping. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. There is somebody in this space ready to tell me about myself. So why do I have to hold my tongue when I'm calling somebody out, but they don't have to hold their tongue for me?
So, Fantasy Island Girl, can I call you out?
Go ahead, Diesel.
This is the thing. I understand you wanted to find somebody that was in adjacent to the manosphere or whatever, but I can tell by the way this lady is acting. She ain't nothing but a Keisha. She's the female version of Jay Prince. So, like, she ghetto
you
as
guys are
hell.
calling
Like,
her
why
that.
are you? No, I'm not. I'm calling her that because that's how she's acting. Like, just her mannerism, how she sit there, how she wave her hand, all that, man. It's like she a Keisha. Why are you even subscribed to this chick? And then why are you even responding to anything that she says? Because it's really, when it comes down to it, she has the thought process of somebody that just thinks that black people should be this and black people should be that. So the thing about it is she's doing the exact same thing she ridicules white people for doing, right?
Yes.
Keeps kicking us out of, not involving us in and all this stuff, but she's doing it to you and thinks it's okay for her to do it, but nobody else can.
Yeah. And I don't really know her that well. And I don't really try to not listen to people just because they don't speak the way that I speak, because I get the same treatment. So I would rather not do that same thing to somebody else that I get done to me. It would feel very hypocritical. So I do listen to people who don't speak like me often. And I think that's fine. Most people in this space don't speak like me.
But I
And
understand them not speaking like you, or not being able to articulate like you, but the thought process is far from you. I can tell this is not your thought process, right? This is
exactly.
not
It's
you.
obviously not.
So regardless of if she was able to articulate her words or she spoke broken English or anything like that, we can tell on here on this panel. I think all the men agree with me. Can tell this chick ain't nothing but a Keisha. And that's why she's getting so many likes, because she's a Keisha. Those type of people get a lot of likes. They get a lot of subscribers because they are a bunch of just mess. It's messy.
So there's obviously overlap, right? So, and we're messy. We're messy, Diesel. On this side of YouTube, even though I haven't seen her over here, we're still messy over here. We're messy on Fatty's channel. We're messy on Lapeef sometimes. We're messy. So I don't really see the difference.
There is a huge difference. There is a huge difference, because when you're talking about you're talking about two different kind of messies, right? You're talking about the conversations that we have. Well, I really don't have these conversations, but the conversations that are had on this side when you're talking about relationships, and you're talking about the ignorance of somebody saying because of somebody's skin color they're not involved, or because they're dating somebody of a different skin color they're not involved. That's ignorance. That's not messy. That's more ignorance. When I'm saying she's messy is because of the way how she acts.
I agree.
Right? But she is just ignorant when it comes down to it. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of comments are that's just plain old ignorance.
It is.
Just like you said, who is she to say who's allowed in the black manosphere or not? If anything, I'd rather have all the Keishas out of the black community, because they're no good to our community.
I'm just saying, if we're gonna start othering people out, why start with me? We haven't started kicking people out of the black community yet. I've seen a lot of people that I'm like, you shouldn't be here. Like you just mentioned Jay Prince. I'm glad you mentioned him. he is an embarrassment. He is embarrassing. So when he's a part of the Black community, there's no uproar. And then it's like, oh, but you can't be here, bitch. It's like, wait a minute.
And
What?
who does that
If
sound
you're
like though?
supporting,
Who does it
if you're
sound like though?
supporting, it sounds like her friend. It sounds like Jay Prince. And
Is
then
that my point?
if you're supporting somebody that openly stalks and harasses Black women, multiple Black women, openly disrespects Black women, you got them moderated on your channel, how pro-Black are you?
Yep.
How can you claim to be pro-Black?
See, I think you fell into the sisterhood when it came to this chick.
I guess so.
I
Because
think
I don't know her that
and it
well.
blinded you.
And it did blind me.
I don't think you guys are speaking to what I observed happening, even with her whole rant behind it, is that Fantasy Island girl, you're an attractive woman. You know this. I really do think, and I said it in the comments earlier, that overwhelmingly, I believe Black women would love the opportunity to transition between multitude of cultures and be able to date outside of Black men. I think that they just don't have that option. And they know they don't have that option. So when they see someone like you who, you know, was picked, I guess, I think it speaks to their own insecurities. And this is the same thing with the passport bros. This is the same thing when you hear brothers calling other brothers sellouts because they're dating women that most brothers, quite frankly, in my opinion, probably wouldn't even have the fortitude to know how to deal outside of their culture. Because there are some Black people that just know how to deal with Black people. They don't know how to deal with white people. They don't know how to deal with Asian people. They don't know how to deal with Middle Easterns and things of that nature. Somebody's chuckling. Go ahead.
I said I'm one of them.
Oh, and that's fair, but it's just it's ignorant to our own growth as a people, because you know, one thing I know I've benefited from traveling abroad, we are very dynamic people. Like, if you want to know the most dynamic person on the planet, culture on the planet, is Black people. We acquiesce to where we're at. So if you put us anywhere on the planet, we can adapt, grow, and inflict, as well as motivate. But Black people want to just make it like, oh, well, there's this one subset of how we're supposed to do things. That's ignorant. It limits our ability because, unfortunately, we don't have the numbers on our side. If you're in a country or community where you're a percentage of the population, you're not going to be that impactful unless you know how to connect and compound the strengths of other cultures. That's intelligent. But you want to be like, well, no, you don't look like us and talk like us. That's dumb. It's dumb. There's nothing.
That's the craziest thing, because she looks like us. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I look like us. It's not like I have the straight hair and the skin bleaching, and I obviously look like us. And I obviously talk like us too. I'm sick of the stereotype that Black people speak with only one specific dialect in America. That's a lie. We all know that's a lie. So why other us out for our voice? That doesn't make any sense. I could see if we were agents of chaos, right? I could see if I was just here to be evil to y'all, to shit on y'all. Everything that she was describing in there, if I was doing those things, I would understand. I have this clip of this woman from Kendra G, and she obviously does not care for Black men. She obviously gave her reasoning, but she obviously doesn't care for Black men. And I believe if we're going to focus on somebody being kicked out, it shouldn't start with me. It shouldn't start with my little old clip that I made, my little old short that was like, what, 30 seconds or whatever. It shouldn't start with me. That's where I'm at with it.
Why are you giving this chick that much power to even consider it starting with you? That's what that's what I'm not getting.
Did you see this thumbnail? Did you see the way that she
I saw the thumbnail. I saw it.
Did you
let me say this.
We didn't continue the video, but the video continues as she's, bitch, you don't belong here, bitch, why are you here? At the end of the video, it's you do need permission, so stay your ass over there. So I understand what you're saying, that she doesn't have the right to tell me. I know she doesn't have the right to tell me. But the problem is she doesn't know what her rights are. She obviously is overstepping her bounds.
Most Keishas
Hold
don't.
on.
That's why they ain't got no man.
Let me tell you this. All right, so
But she has a man. So that's the thing. That's the difference. This
For
isn't a
real.
lady that's single and lonely and doesn't have a man.
Come on,
She
man.
literally has a husband.
For real.
What?
Her,
You don't
Beta.
believe she has a husband?
her behavior doesn't exemplify that she has a man. Honestly,
She might got somebody that she with, but I wouldn't classify that as a man. I mean, I don't know if I don't like to just throw things out there, but truthfully speaking, I ain't even gonna go there. I'm sorry. Don't go ahead. Go ahead. I'm not gonna go there.
I will say this. I honestly don't know who Danica Marie is.
Oh, hold on a
I've
second.
I've never
Hey,
been on that.
True. Welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm
I've
pulling up
never.
the clip right now of the Kendra G girl because this is an example of something I think she would be obviously ready to say, oh, not this one. That would make sense to me, right? Go ahead.
Yeah. So I like I said, I've never actually seen. No, I don't know who Danica Marie is, but it seems like you wound up catching all the shots for a specific group that she's talking to. And that's only because you responded to her video regarding divestors. Because I said it in your comments, I don't think every woman that decides to doubt, every black person or every black woman that decides to date outside their race is a divester. However, there is a community of women that call themselves divestors that probably sounds like this lady in this video. And I think that's who she was speaking to. But because you spoke on the topic, she immediately threw you in that category. And you know what I mean? So I think she needs to research who she's talking about before, or at least have a conversation.
Before doing a whole video, she could have asked me. I know that she didn't want to know because she didn't ask at all. It's not like she was waiting in my DMs to say, hey, I'm about to do this video on you if you would like to. She didn't even invite me. I'm a subscriber. What's the reason that you're going to do a whole video on me?
Yeah,
But watch
Honestly,
this. Watch.
I don't want a black man. I prefer a white man or other. I do want a gentleman 45 or over. Honestly, I don't want a black man. I prefer a white man or other. I do want a gentleman 45 or over. I do like older gentlemen. I'm not gonna lie.
Why don't you want to date a black man?
Again, history, growing up and where I'm at, everybody humping on everybody. And I'm over it. It don't matter what region I move to, just the black men's is just black men's. Honestly,
So
I don't want to black.
So black men's is just black men's. That's the person that she's talking to, right?
So, so this lady right here.
State,
yeah, this lady right here. Yeah. Now, if you were talking to her, yeah, you go. Don't come back. Don't come have a conversation with us. Don't try to jump back in. Don't speak on us because you want to be over there because you hate us. But I've never heard you say nothing like that. I don't even know how you wound up being a person that wound up being an avatar.
I've never spoken like that because I honestly don't believe that you can do that. I don't believe that you can divest yourself from your race. That doesn't make any sense. I don't believe in trans race, transsexual, and I don't believe in divesting. I think all of those are fake ideas. You cannot do that. It's physically impossible. So you will always be black, whether you decide to understand what's going on with other black people or not. And I think it's very ignorant for people to wear it like it's a badge of honor. It's not. It's embarrassing to yourself. Hopefully you don't have any kids, to your kids, to your family, to your lineage, to your future generation. It's embarrassing to all of them.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think she was, and I see a lot of people saying the same thing. I think she was talking to a specific group of people, and you wind up being the avatar for her for that conversation because you responded to her video. If I was you, I wouldn't give it that much energy. She's talking to a specific group. I don't know how you became it, but she is talking to a specific group of people, and I'm to be honest, I'm in agreement with her if she's talking to that group of people. Now, you know what I mean? I've only known you for a while, Fantasy, and in the conversations that we've had, I've never heard you speak that way. So I would, you know what I mean? I don't think that you're that way. But there is a group of women out there and dudes in general, you know what I mean? That if you want to leave, but don't come back.
Okay. So there are a group of women and men in general out there like that, right? And I believe they are the minority. So why are you going out of your way? Because they've already stated that 80 something percent of us stay within our race. So you're talking about a very small amount of people. So why target us and try to kick us out? Why make a whole video with my face on there
I
as the
think I
face
think
of the divestors with an X on? It's just absolutely blatantly disrespectful.
I
That's
think
why
I
I'm
think
going
this
so
is the
hard.
thing. This is the thing. What you need to understand, fantasy, is your face on a thumbnail or your body on a thumbnail, because she has your face X'd out, right? Your body
Yeah.
on a thumbnail and telling the black community that she's left the black community is going to be enough. That's clickbait. You get what I'm saying? Like that is clickbait. Another nice looking black female don't want black men. That's clickbait.
I just believe once you've decided who your partner is going to be, that's what it is. So it's not that you don't have any love for black people anymore, or you would never date another black person. That doesn't make any sense, obviously. So I have a man now. He is white. When we get married, I will have a white man, hopefully for the rest of my life. That doesn't mean that I don't have love for black men anymore. That doesn't mean that I want my kids to just interracially date. I want them to I don't look down on the black community like that
I
because I
just
see
feel some type
myself
of
as
way with you trying to
excellent.
explain this shit, though. You know what I'm
I see
saying? Like, I
myself
really
as
feel some type
excellent
of way about that.
because I feel some type of way about being othered out of this space, especially by
Yeah, but you
women that
shouldn't
have
have to
so many
explain the
followers.
fact that who you love and
He
who you
has
want to spend the rest of your life with.
151,000 subscribers. Do you
So what?
understand that reach?
No, I don't care. So what? So what? Just 150,000 subscribers. So what? That don't mean that doesn't mean just because what she's saying is true. And the fact that you're sitting
Obviously,
here
it's
and
not
explaining
true.
it, right? But you're sitting here
I'm
trying to explain
obviously
yourself. I mean, I don't know. I just feel some type of way about it because I don't feel like you should have to explain anything that you do, right? Because once you start explaining who you're seeing, then you're gonna have to explain why you're doing this, that, and the other.
I understand that, but I find myself explaining who I'm seeing often. This isn't the first time, it won't be the last time that somebody mentions my white man. As you know, it gets brought up in every panel. So when she made this whole video about me, I'm like, okay, there's obviously some smoke. Obviously, because I have a white man, it's not just her, it's black men also, her JP adjacent people are saying the same things. I don't belong in this space. So I have this video that we're reviewing, and then we're going to go over to what Kevin Samuels has to say about it.
These are the same people that say that just because you have a white mother or a white father, you don't belong in the same space. Like, come on, man.
Yep. Othering
This
out.
is
And it's like, okay, if we're going to other out, you have a white mother or a white father. I obviously don't fit in that. We're always finding some way to make you fit into this. You're outside of the group.
that's my point. That is my point. Like, this makes no sense.
And you know what's interesting? It's always the same type trying to kick us out. The J Princes, the Danica Maries, the very similar people deciding to speak for the majority and say, "Oh, y'all are out." Like that's very
The
interesting.
ones that are not contributors to society want to decide how
What are
society
you
sees you.
contributing? What are
You
you
know what I'm saying?
doing? I'm
Yep.
sure they want to kick the cops out too, Diesel.
I know that. Hey, listen, I'm already there. And once they listen, I hope they do,
You
because
don't
they won't have nobody to call but their pookies, and then you know how that's gonna go.
They gonna call Tyrone?
That's all they gonna do. I hope they do.
I can't. Hold on. Let me stop sharing this video real quick. And I'm going to share the video from Kevin Samuels because that's honestly, there's a lot of people that respect him in this space as the Godfather. That's the way they see him. I'm not saying you gentlemen do, but I believe that. I wouldn't be here if I didn't fall into his videos right before he passed away. I wouldn't be in this space on YouTube. So I want to just give his perspective really quickly.
What I can see from the data is 80+% of people date inside their group. Me personally, I've dated everything. I say make yourself the best version of yourself and pick from the best you have available. Because what I can see from the data is 80+% of people date inside their group. Me personally, I've dated everything. I say make yourself the best version of yourself and pick from the best you have available. Because what I can see from the data is 80+% of people date inside their group. Me personally, I've dated everything. I say make yourself the best version of yourself and pick from the best you have available. Because what I can see from the data is 80+% of
Is it just going back?
Yeah, it's a clip that I made or
okay.
that someone made for me. So it goes back to the data. We have to focus on the data. There's not enough. And most of us are staying with each other. So it makes no sense for us to try to act like we should remove people or we should look down on people that are interracially dating and then expect for us to grow as a people, expect for us to advance as a people.
Well, I mean, sometimes, it will be argued that sometimes a person outside your race has your better interest than a person inside your race.
Who making that argument, Diesel?
I make that argument all the time. Anton makes that argument all the time. You feel me? I mean, because like you know, jealousy runs deep in the Black community.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, and you know, even when I got my promotion, not one Black person congratulated me. At first, it was only white people that congratulated me. Thank you for your service. Appreciate it. You know, we're really glad to have you here. This and that. I'm talking about people in my community, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't until after they really figured that I was going to be there and I was staying where they were coming up to me saying, "Thank you for coming. You're doing a good job."
I understand. So I'm gonna drop everybody down and I'm gonna continue the stream so you guys can see what the rest she has to say, because I'm determined to speak against the things that she has to say. I understand that you don't believe I should be speaking on this, but I would like to.
Do your thing. Do your thing. I'll be in the background. I appreciate you letting me up.
Okay. All right, you guys. So let me go back to my other layout. Let's pick back up on Danica. Presenting.
If it's to your own quote unquote benefit. Again, I need y'all to peep game as far as how a lot of these females are set up. Their mentality, their personality, what they're about, what they're not about. A lot of these females, they're just so warped, so messed up, so misconstrued. They don't even know, they don't even understand that by us telling you can't sit here and asking the valid question of why are you here, they don't even understand how that is respecting them and their boundaries. According to you, you drew a line. You drew a line and you say, oh no, I don't deal with bitches like Danica. I don't listen to bitches like Danica. I don't engage with bitches like Danica. I don't indulge in, the activities of the men on her platform. I don't fuck with those.
That's obviously not me. I'm obviously subscribed to her channel. She could have seen that before she made this video. So I understand what y'all are saying. She just chose my video because somebody sent it to her. But this seems very targeted.
So again, when I ask you why are you here, all I'm doing is holding you to your own damn set of rules and standards. But y'all are so narcissistic and full of your damn self and hate and misery that you just cannot fathom somebody saying, "Oh, well, stay over here. Why are you here? We don't want you. We don't care. We don't care that you divested. We don't care that you're no longer associating or affiliating with us. We don't care." But see, y'all feel so entitled.
So Big Bad Bull said, "Come on, Fantasy Island girl. You can't throw stones first and then hide your hands. You made yourself relevant to her, so now you have to embrace the smoke and grow your shit. But don't cry victim now, baby girl." So I did tell her that we don't need permission to be in her space. That doesn't mean she needs to double down on the dumb shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, she should have taken that as a warning that just because I'm here in this space and I'm having these conversations, that doesn't mean that you can sun me. I'm not your child. You're not the boss. I understand that you have a following and I understand that I follow you. However, there's a thin line between you trying to address something that I said, a very short, like she said, very light smoke, and you calling me all types of bitches and saying I need to check in like you the gatekeeper. So I understand what you're saying, Big Bad Bull. I didn't throw any rocks and hide my hands. I absolutely said what I said, and I'm standing in that. I don't need her permission to be here. And obviously, that shouldn't be offensive to her unless she's the narcissist, unless she believes that she has some type of power over us that I don't know about. Who died and made her the Queen Sheba? She cannot exclude me from this space. I haven't even tried to be in her space outside of watching the stream. I've never tried to come up on her stream and talk to her. So I just don't understand. I don't understand where you're coming from, Big Bad Bull. I'm not trying to throw any extra smoke her way, but she threw a lot of smoke my way in this video.
Y'all feel so above any and everybody, especially when it comes to the Black community. Again, you just cannot even take, you can't even stomach, fathom Blackistans telling you no, telling you go on somewhere. Why are you here? Questioning you. I need y'all to peep game on these type of females. The Black men were right. They can't leave. First things first. They can't leave. Second of all, they don't want to leave. Why? Because when you really sit down and you peel back the layers, these are the biggest Black male worshipers. Yeah, I said it. That's the ultimate thing that I wanted to highlight with this dope discussion. The quote unquote divestors are the biggest Black male worshipers.
If we the biggest Black male worshipers, what's the problem with us being here? What's the problem with us being here? If you're a pick me because you're a Black male worshiper, what's the problem with me being here as a fellow Black male worshiper? Huh? It doesn't make sense.
So when she comes on and she says, good question, but as a matter of fact, no, it's not a good question. I'm a Black woman, and it doesn't matter that I'm taking all my love and my devotion and my support to Brad and Chad, and I'm letting him hit and quit and me and attack me.
Hit and quit me and disrespect me and neglect me. And y'all are acting like I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much. But this is the way that she's explaining me. Does this make any sense to y'all? Hold up a second.
even though I'm doing all of that, I can still be over here with Black people because I'm a Black woman. No. Again, they telling themselves that they expose themselves for being Black male worshipers. Because if you were not, you would be too tied up in Chad, Brad, Lee.
No, world class. I am not a divester. Even though this video is making it seem like I am, I don't identify as a divester. I don't believe in them. I believe, regardless of who you date, you're still Black and you're still a part of the Black community. You still have your duty to the Black community. You, your Black family, your Black kids, all of y'all. So it doesn't make any sense to me. She's making this whole rant because she has smoke for me.
Antonio, I mean, like you should. The proof is in who you're investing your time into, what you're investing your time into, what you're giving your focus to, your attention to. Yeah, Mark is very much so giving Helga. Oh, football head. They're telling themselves. They expose themselves.
Now she about to get into this whole Helga Titus thing. Now she's assuming that I'm a divester that openly bashes Black men, hates on them, and then secretly I love them. I shower them with praise like Helga does in the corner of her room for Arnold with her little shrine. That's the way that she's going to try to correlate us right now. Obviously, this doesn't fit me. I give my flowers to these Black men. On my community post, one of the first, I think it is the first community post I have, is thanking Angry Man and all the other Black men, Team Fatty, Fight Club, all the other Black men in these spaces that gave me an opportunity to get on to other platforms. So what is she talking about? Just talking out the side of her neck, acting a fool, embarrassing herself.
Not only are they extremely narcissistic, but they can't leave because they're too invested into Black men. They love Black men so much they don't even want to leave. Even if they are getting hit and quit by Brad and Chad, they still love the Black man so much. They need to know, they need to see what you're doing, who you're doing, how you're doing. Come on. They telling them damn selves. Can't even answer the question correctly. Oh, well, as a matter of fact, it's not a good question because, I'm a Black woman still, even though I put all my time and energy and effort into Brad and Chad. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. You made the bold proclamation, bitch, that, hey, I'm divested from this right here. So therefore, you have no say-so, no input, no feedback. Hear me out.
And I'm going to keep going hard for my white man, Derek. My man is absolutely the best option for me. And that should make y'all very happy that I have found the best option for me. It doesn't make any sense for y'all to act like I'm about to start shitting on my man because he's white and I'm getting smoke in this space. I could care less. I would leave this space before I left my man. I would leave my channel before I left my man over some people deciding that just because he's Black, just because he's white, I'm not Black enough. I'll tell y'all to unsubscribe. Please leave. I don't have that energy. I don't have that energy for the pro Blacks. I don't have no smoke. You feel like I can't be pro Black because I'm dating a white man? Fine. You can have that. I ain't that no more. Fine. Just like that, I'm out of the pro Blacks. But now I'm out of the Black community as a whole. It's not enough that I'm not pro Black anymore because I have a white man. Even though I still believe in the advancement of Black people. No, I'm out of that. I can't prove it if I'm with a white man, right? You need proof. So now you expect me to diss on my white man also because I go on Lapeef? Because I'm in this space? Because I want to be accepted? My man accepts me exactly how I am. He loves me exactly how I am. He accepts all of this messy shit exactly how it is. So, yes, I do go hard for my white man. I will always go hard for my man because he goes hard for me. He shows me the love that I deserve. And y'all should be happy.
You have no room to say shit, to do shit, to even be over here at all. You've made your bed. Since y'all want to call me mammies and shit, you made your bed, wench. You made your bed, wench. Stay over there.
Now we name calling me a bed wench. Does that make you feel good? Because I sure didn't call her a mammy or a pygmy or anything in the video that I made that y'all watched already. It's very short. Now she's calling me names. She's diminishing my character. And I think this is hilarious that she thinks this is okay to do to me as a Black woman because I'm dating a white man. She doesn't see the hypocrisy in the way that she's acting towards me because I'm dating a white man. This is disgusting behavior.
You said Octavius and Demetrius and Ray and all them weren't good enough for you. So stay your ass over there. But here's the thing, you guys. Here's the thing. When they go over there, they get with the worst of even those guys. Let me see. Can I?
Now she's about to assume. Now she's about to assume the type of white man I have. Now that she's already disintegrated my character, desecrated my character. She's now going to go into the type of white man that I qualify for now that I'm out of the Black community. So let's listen to this.
I'll do this. Let me see something. Let me remove this and then see if I can share this one. I want you guys to see where these females end up going. All right.
Hold on. I'm going to do y'all one better. So she goes into all of these. She's going into all this ranting based off of this definition that she got. Based off of this definition that she got off of Urban Dictionary. So let's see. What is a divester? I already have it clipped up, so I'll share that instead. So you can understand why she's so upset. Okay. So these are my clips.
Divester, a Black woman who puts herself first. Divestors walk away from the toxic behaviors in the Black community. Said toxicity can include non-reciprocal struggle love for the sake of Black love, being activist warriors for a group of men who don't protect them, baby mama culture, etc. Divestors avoid toxic Black people, particularly the men who are Black women's number one. Divester, A Black woman who puts herself first.
Hold on, let's go to the next one. Because she continues with the definition.
Divester is not male identified or conventionally woke like many Black women can be. She is not bound to any unwritten rules of Blackistan. Divesters care deeply about Black women as a demographic, especially in the context of Black femicide plus domestic violence, but may avoid some individual Black women due to their proximity to toxic Black male worship. And I'm assuming that that would be me. Divester is.
So that's why she's upset, you guys. She's assuming that because I have a white man and I made the video clapping back, she's assuming that now I have this view of her. Now I have this view of separating myself from the male identified women, the mammies, I guess. So this whole video is based off of that assumption. As you can see, that's in the very beginning of her stream. So this whole video is based off of that assumption that she believes, I believe that I'm better than. I believe that I'm removed from the community because I'm with somebody that's not in our race. And even though her assumption is obviously wrong, that still doesn't give you the right to kick me out. I want to share with you guys this Pew Research Center study about interracial datings and interracial marriage and the patterns so you can understand the benefits of them. And this isn't me promoting it. This is just me helping you understand that this isn't a bad option for Black women, especially if you're saying there's not enough Black men for all of us to go around. So, in 1967, when miscegenation laws were overturned, the United States, can you guys see it first? Regardless, I'm reading it to you anyway. I have a pretty nice voice, so we'll carry through. The United States, 3% of all newlyweds were married to someone of a different race or ethnicity. Since then, intermarriage rates have steadily climbed. By 1980, the share of intermarried newlyweds had about doubled to 7%, and by 2015, the number had risen to 17%. So obviously, the number of people getting married is rising. But let's go down here and see how that breaks down into different cultures, because it's not just black and white in this study. So you can clearly see from the graph, the Asians have gone down, and this is only up till 2015. There will probably be another one soon, but this is the most recent data I have right now. So the Asians have gone down in their interracial marriage. Hispanics has stayed pretty much the same. It's only a 1% difference in that time. As you can see, Black people took very much advantage of their opportunity to date outside their race, and they jumped. Our numbers jumped higher than any other race, and it continues to rise, I'm sure, to this day, because back then, I did not have a white man. Back then, I was married to my husband who was Black, so I wasn't a part of this statistic. When I marry my man that I'm with now, I will join the ranks. So back then, I was working against these numbers. I'm now going to be flipped to the other side when they do another one. So let's read what it says. Intermarriage varies by race and ethnicity. Overall increases in intermarriage have been fueled in part by rising intermarriage rates among Black newlyweds and among white newlyweds. The share of recent married Blacks with a spouse of a different race or ethnicity has more than tripled, from 5% in 1980 to 18% in 2015. And as you can see, with me alone, it has gone up. It will go up when I get married. So among recently married whites, rates have more than doubled from 4% to 11%. At the same time, intermarriage has ticked down amongst recent married Asians and married more or less stable among Hispanic newlyweds. Even though intermarriage has not been increasing for these two groups, they remain far more likely than Black or white newlyweds to marry someone of different race or ethnicity. I don't see how that's possible when the numbers are speaking against that, but that's what it says. About 3 in 10 Asian newlyweds, 29% have a spouse of a different race or ethnicity. The same is true for 27% of Hispanics. For newlyweds married Hispanics and Asians, the likelihood of intermarriage is closely related to whether they were born in the U.S. or abroad. Among the half of Hispanic newlyweds who are immigrants, 15% married non-Hispanic. In comparison, 39% of U.S. born did so. So obviously, this isn't something that is a Black issue or a white issue. This is something that's going on in America. And it's not really an issue. It's just when you are in an environment that is more mixed, you're more likely to date somebody outside of your race than you obviously would be if you were in a situation where you were the majority and there were more of you around. So it makes sense numbers wise why we start dating outside of our race. And then when you guys point in the fact that Black women outnumber Black men, it makes even more sense why we would date outside of our race. There's just not enough of you wonderful Black men to go around, of you wonderful Black men that are checking for women, single, have the means to support a family, and that even want my damn situation. I don't know how many times I've been told I don't want to be no stepdaddy. Ain't nobody looking to be no stepdaddy in the Black community. So if you're not looking to be a stepdaddy, what's the issue with me stepping outside the race then? Because my man doesn't have a problem with me having 2 kids. He's very happy to be a stepfather to my kids. So let's make it make sense. It doesn't make any sense to me so far. I'm trying to look at the data and see where she's getting this, where she's got this outrage for us. It ain't adding up. Oh, shout out to you, Aaron O. Let's go down. I want y'all to see the most important part. For Blacks and Asians, big gender gaps in intermarriage. While there is no overall gender difference in intermarriage among newlyweds, starkly different gender patterns emerge for some major racial and ethnic groups. One of the most dramatic patterns occur among Black newlyweds. Black men are twice as likely as Black women to have a spouse of a different race or ethnicity. 24% versus 12%. So a quarter of the Black men are dating outside of their race, and she's not coming for them. She don't have no smoke for them. And if we start, look at the numbers of the Black men. That's 24%, basically 25. We're going to say 25. That's 25% of the Black men that you're trying to other out now. They're no longer a part of this group. We're weakening our numbers politically when we do stupid things like this. We can't afford to start othering out people because they don't date who we want them to date, marry who we want them to marry. 24% and 12% for the Black women. I can tell you I'm not a dummy. So I'm an asset to any team that I'm on. You're trying to kick us out of this group when we could use all the help we could get. 24%. No smoke for them. This gender gap has been a long-standing one. In 1980, 8% of recently married Black men and 3% of their female counterparts were married to someone of a different race or ethnicity. So Black men have always led the charge in interracial dating, yet she has smoke for the Black women over here, saying, oh, the Black men were right. They can't leave. The Black men were right. They can't leave. The Black men leaving you. The Black men don't want people like you, Danica. That's what they saying. Even the ones that aren't dating white women are saying they don't want women like you, with your attitude, with your demeanor, with the way that you dress, with your nails, with your makeup, with your lashes, with your tattoos. We hear it all the time, right? 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 with your baby hairs. They hate all the things that you are. But you're over here coming for me? Fix yourself. You're Black manosphere adjacent. You don't do the things that they say they want in a woman. You have a man, you're married, but you don't promote those things on your channel. I'm sure they don't want a woman that's got little candy cigarettes to make a point. What are you, 5? But you belong in this space. And you're the person I'm supposed to go to for permission to be in this space? Girl, stop it. Stop it. Don't do it. It's a waste of your time. I just don't want to deal with this shit, to be honest. Let's go to Dr. Umar Johnson, because, you know, he always has something ridiculous to say about interracial dating. So let's see what this clip, someone did a review of something that he said. So I want to share that with y'all. No, I don't want to do this one first. I want to do the other one. Hold on 1 second, you guys.
You know, I think that people are so ignorant to me. Color means nothing. There is some correlation between color and culture to a certain degree, and that's because of geographical location. People are generally living in this area, raised in this area, so they have the propensity to be, you know, kind of like the people that they're around. But generally speaking, what does it matter, bro? Both of my children's mothers are white. And I'm embarrassed to even say both of my children's mother. I wish I could just have one wife and with a kid, but I was cutting up when I was in college. So I have 2 boys by 2 different women. One is my wife that I'm married to now because I finally got it together. And before was 13 years ago when I was in college. But they white. What does it matter? My boys look just like me, just with a slightly less of a tan. What does it change? You know, maybe I'm sleeping under a rock, and maybe there's a thing, there's something out there that people shouldn't race mix or whatever. I mean, I don't know, but like common sense says, who give a flying flip? You love who you love. You know, there are Black people that are raised in environments that are primarily white. And so what do you think they're going to be most attracted to? People that they're around. Race means absolutely nothing. And how you know that is that let a Black kid and a white kid play together. They ain't thought about their race one time. They having fun at the Discovery Zone. They have fun at Maverick, Chuck E. Cheese. They are running and slapping and spitting on each other the whole time. They ain't missed a beat. Ain't nobody care about race but dumb, poor people. And I'm not saying that those go together, but dumb people and poor people are more focused on race. Mutually, I mean, they can be mutually exclusive or collectively together. But that's what I've noticed.
Remember what I just said about Jay Prince and Danica? Those are the only ones that are focused on the race of the person that you're with. The only ones that decide I shouldn't be here because I have a white man. Those type of people. It's very interesting that he said that. And I know this isn't Dr. Umar Johnson, but he did do a response to Dr. Umar Johnson. That's who he's speaking on in this clip. So go ahead.
Like I see dumb people and they're like, oh, white man, a Black man, a black man. Like you're an ignorant person. That's why you focused on race. And then I see poor people that they're not happy with their life. They're not financially secure. They've been making poor decisions their whole life. They ain't got no job, or they got a job they hate, and they get fired next week. They the ones mostly talking about race. All the people that I know that are very successful and wealthy, or even just happy and successful and working in God's purpose for their lives, I don't never hear none of them talk about race. You know, I got a lot of friends that are very successful that are white, and I have not one time thought about that they were white, and I doubt that they've thought about it one time that I'm black. I'm not trying to say that we live in a society where you have to be colorblind. You don't, but just understand in your viewing of different colors that ultimately we all on the same page. You go to surgery because you have an open heart surgery. There's no such thing as a black heart and a white heart and an Asian heart. You either got a heart or you don't got one. And I know that's improper English, but I said it like that for a reason. There's no such thing as a black brain and a white brain. It's just completely stupid. It's like you either got a brain or you don't have a brain. Now, whether or not black people perform at a different rate it's all nurtured, not nature. So I just want to throw that out there. Umar Johnson can get on there and be racist. And y'all listen, that's not even the most racist thing that Umar Johnson has said. He does much worse than that. That's just one soundbite of his racial conclusions that he made when it comes to, race mixing or whatever you want to call it.
So I don't really watch very many of his videos, but I absolutely agree with what he said. It's always the ignorant ones of us trying to exclude us out of the group. It's always the ones that we didn't even come to you to ask your permission that think they have the right to tell us to leave. You have no right to tell us to leave. You have no right to tell us who to be with. You have no right to tell us who is and isn't a part of the community. You don't. I'm sorry to be the one to explain those things to you, but somebody has to because you're out of pocket.
My God, I think Jesus made peek over a cloud and be like, hold on. What if a white man said there is no justification for interracial marriage? My God. I think Jesus may even peek over a cloud and be like, hold on, shout. I'm about to have to come back. It's going to be so much drama and furnish a movie. What if a white man said,
we already know what will happen if a white man said that. We already know what would happen. We're not even going to pretend that there's a question of what would happen if they did that. Uproar. Find them. Get them fired. They don't deserve to work. They don't deserve to feed their kids because they said what they said. But she can say whatever she wants to say about me. She can say whatever she wants to say about other black women that date outside their race. She can do whatever she wants to do and talk as recklessly as she would like because she's a black woman, right? Right? So in that same vein, don't I have that same respect? Don't I have that same authority? Because ain't nobody delegate her anything. Ain't nobody make her anything. So just because she is married to a black man, now she has the right to include and exclude people. And me, because I'm with a white man, if we broke up tomorrow, does that mean now I'm back a part of the black community? If we broke up tomorrow and I was now a single black mama, a single black mother, would I now be allowed in these spaces? Answer that for me. Would it make more sense for me to be here if I were single? Because that's the majority of us. We're single. There would be no problem with me being up here saying the things I need to say. But because I'm in a healthy relationship and I'm giving you advice from somebody that's in a healthy relationship as a black woman, I don't deserve to be here in this space. I can't tell you what love is because he don't have the right skin color. It doesn't make any sense, you guys. And if Jacque says, currently you are a single Black mother until you get married. So now my white man doesn't even count. I'm single. I'm single until I'm married. So now what is the problem? I'm not a divester then, right? Whether I have a white boyfriend or not, until we are married, until he's my husband, I'm not a divester, right? Where is the line? Here go none. No, we counting it against you. Obviously, it doesn't matter. It's like one person will say, oh, you single anyway. You still a single woman. You don't have, your white man don't count. In the same stream, nah, it's counting against you. You dating outside your race. It's a problem. It's problematic. We got smoke. You guys, this don't make no sense. Y'all got to get it together. I'm not a divester. I don't identify as. If you guys can respect these other people identifying as whatever the hell they want, you can understand that I can do the same. And regardless of if, when I marry my man, when we get married, I'm still going to be here. I'm still not going to identify as a divester. And I'm still going to be doing the same things I've been doing. Calling out the things that need to be called out, praising the things that need to be praised, focused on the things that are going on in the Black community, because that's where I am. That's where my kids are. The laws that are enacted that affect Black people affect my family. That's very clear. That's very easy to understand. It's not rocket science. I'm going to let up Black Beauty. I see you back there. I'm sorry that I had you waiting back here, but I just wanted to say the things I needed to say before I let you come up, because I didn't want people to be confused about where I stand, even though it may not be where other people stand. So, hey, Black Beauty.
Hey, girl. I'm putting some chicken together, so it's all good. As soon as you said my name, I ran from the stove. I'm like, wait, I'm not even over there. Just keep doing what you're doing. I'll come back in like a minute or two. I will.
Okay. Salute to you, Black Beauty. I just wanted to show you guys a couple more things because she has some very interesting things to say at the end of her stream. So I wanted to skip to the good part. Let's share this screen. And let's skip to the end. This is the one. All right, let's skip to the end. Because this is where she decided to address me again. Your points. You understand? She said what she said. So let's skip to her final little right here. Yeah, let's play right here.
Black men are absolutely right. Again, shout out to Healthy Black Pill Diet for sending me over this TikTok of this, Black woman trying to check me with this light smoke, talking about, yeah, I can be over here anyway because I'm a Black woman, but you're not quote unquote invested into the Black community. So again, why are you here? Especially if you're talking about we're so toxic, we're so destructive, counterproductive. Why are you here? This is beneath you. But again, y'all, this really just highlighted the fact that a lot of these divestors are full of shit. Okay? They're full of shit. They love Black men. They can't leave. They don't want to leave. They're hypocritical. They're angry. They're miserable and their tactics backfired. Why? Because the Black men don't care. The Black community does not care. Y'all are out here talking about women like Danica Marie are Black male worshipers and mammies and all of this, and we're just so dusty and struggle love promoters. We don't give a fuck about what you think either. I'm pretty sure. Let me summarize this before I get up off of here. I'm pretty sure that when it comes to these narcissistic ass divestors, they feel away and they feel triggered when these Black male worshiping mammies don't give a damn about their opinions either. Because the whole reason of them divesting and talking all this shit and trying to recruit and trying to turn Black women against Black men in the first place, that is to get us to follow up behind them. That is to get us have them be our leaders. And so when we're like this, we don't care about you either, and we don't want to go over there and we don't want to deal with you either. It's like, oh my God, they can't take it. So not only are they being rejected by the Black men that they're trying to divest from, but the Black women, we don't give a fuck either. Good riddance, girl. I don't want to be associated or friends or whatever with a female that turns her nose up at her people. That's not cute to me. I don't want to be affiliated or associated with a female that feels like any and every other group of people or men are better. Like that's a huge character flaw. I couldn't trust you. I couldn't fuck with a female like that. You have deeply rooted self-hatred issues. Something wrong with her. I can't deal with a female like that. Something wrong with a female like that.
Something wrong with me. Something wrong with me. She's made this whole narrative in her head. Something wrong with me.
It's where it's like, no, all Black men. And unicorns, it ain't even worth trying to find no unicorn because all of them trash anyway. And so to dig through the unicorns would be a waste of time. And then you go and divest and you get played worse. Again, bitch, accountability is necessary. Being realistic is necessary. Because again, everywhere that you go, there you will be. So it cannot be that the whole group is just trash. It may be useless. You may be trash. And that's why I cannot respect a divester, because they refuse to acknowledge that they are filthy. They are trash. They need a lot of cleanup. They refuse to acknowledge that they are blacklisted.
Wow.
I said what
I actually didn't see that part. I had to watch the earlier part, but I didn't see your face come up again, and I didn't have all day to watch, so I didn't see that part. Wow.
Sorry. The thing is, Black Beauty. When people start sending you the video, you're like, oh shit. There's smoke for me. What did I do? So I'm watching and I'm trying to find what the real issue is. And I think the real issue is she don't know me. She doesn't realize that I'm not the one. She doesn't realize I'm not the 2 or the 3. She doesn't realize that regardless of what she believes, I'm going to be here and I'm going to give my commentary, period. And I think she felt comfortable saying all these things because she got this video, she said, from Instagram, not from YouTube. So she didn't realize that this was a short from YouTube that was also shared on Instagram. So she didn't realize I have my own platform and I have no problem addressing you, ma'am, in this space. So I think she had a lot of confidence being able to throw my face up there in front of all those freaking people and try to shit on me. That's
She
what I
does
believe.
have a lot of she has a lot of followers, like you said. She
A
really
lot
does.
of
She's been out for a
followers.
long time too. And I actually like her. She's a nice young woman. She's a well-mannered young woman. You know, like the way she fashions herself, I'm not a fan, but at the same time, she's cool. Um, you know, but I was surprised because when I saw your video, I had to go to hers. I was like, damn, she did a video about Fantasy Island Girl? Like, what happened?
What happened
I
is
don't.
right because that video is over a month old, Black Beauty.
Mm,
So obviously, I'm over here minding my little black ass business, going from panel to panel, discussing things with
yeah.
people, thinking everything's cool. And
Mm.
then all of a sudden, yesterday, it's like, oh no, bitch, here I am to come for you. And I'm like,
Well,
oh, wait.
well, I mean, I guess that's in a way it's a positive thing, right? Like she's got a lot of followers, she's got a lot of subscribers, she's well known out in these YouTube streets. That's visibility for you. There's a way for you to spin it, you know, there's a way for you to gain something out of this.
I
You
understand that I
feel
could
me?
gain something from that. I understand that. But the
Mhm.
problem isn't that I think I can't gain anything from it. It's the message that she's throwing out there about me to all of her
Hmm.
followers. People that haven't had a chance to get to know me. She's
Right.
already exposing, she's already putting the fact that I have a white man in a light that makes it seem like I think I am better than. And
Right.
I've never
And
come
I'm
in.
lost by that. I really, you know, it's really, I'm lost by that because even before I was with my Nigerian man, I was engaged to an Italian man. He passed away, but we were living together. This is his place that I live in. Like, I don't see, I'm trying to understand why we aren't honest in this community. You see, women like us that look like you, that look like me, we go through a different set of options, criteria, and vetting when it comes down to men. I don't know if Zanika has a different experience in the black community, but the way I grew up, most niggas didn't even want women that looked like me. So to be honest with you, the kind of person I was, I dated anyone who liked me. If you liked me and I thought you were attractive, I chose amongst who chose me. I dated
But
every
don't
race
they
of man.
say
What is the problem? I don't see, like, what are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to sit here begging niggas that don't like us to like us? Or are we supposed to just go with the fine ass Italiano that is all over us? Like, which one is it? I'm trying to
I was
understand.
told over and over to go where you're
Thank
celebrated.
you.
I was
That's
told
it. It's just that
over
simple.
and over and over to go where you're
It's just
celebrated.
that simple. I'm not even used to dating black American men. Like, even when I date black men, I date, and it's crazy because it's like, it's not because of a choice. It's because of who likes me. Quite frankly, American men, they don't approach me. So quite frankly, I date who approaches me. Amongst that is what I choose. And I thought that's how women were supposed to do things like that. I didn't think we were supposed to go out there looking and chasing after black men that don't want us. You know,
You're
I know this
not.
is 2023 and like chocolate women are in, but I could recall like only 10 years ago when I was coming out of Webster Hall and a young man's like, hey, you trying to talk to me. And I'm like, listen, you know, I'm with my friends. And then he's like, okay, that's why I don't talk to dark skinned bitches. Like, what has happened? Things have changed a lot, I guess.
I've always been told I'm pretty for a dark-skinned girl by black men. I have always, and it's not every black man,
Not
but
every.
I've always been pursued by black men. That's
Mm-hmm.
first. I've
Mm-hmm.
always dated black men. I've had a sprinkle here and there of mixed guy and a white guy before the white guy that I'm dating now.
Oh my God, the
But
silence.
I have always dated black men. I have always been with black men. They have not had no problem with my accent. They have had no problem with my black girl attitude that has a sprinkle of valley in there. They have had no issue with me at all. I have had my ex-husband is a black man. So because I am now with a white man doesn't mean I have the plight that she's describing or even what you're saying, Black Beauty. Like
Mm-hmm.
I have always been approached by
Mm-hmm.
multiple whatever race. They
Mm-hmm.
have not had an issue approaching me because I think I'm a very welcoming spirit. I'm very
Yes, I think
open.
so.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
very
so.
open. I'm very welcoming to
Uh-huh.
old, young, black, white, indifferent.
And
I'm very
also,
welcoming.
it's also about area, right? Like, I'm in New York. Most black people are not straight black
Mhm.
American. Even the people that you perceive to be, you see, obviously I'm from New York. Even the people that you perceive to be black American are not black American. Everyone is some kind of other black here. You think they're
Other.
Black American, you find out grandma was Bayesian. You think they're Black American, you find out grandpa's Nigerian. You have no idea. So it's very different here. You think you're going to get someone, they might be first generation, but there's really not very many pure Black Americans here in New York City. So I even hear that shit from people like, oh, you're divested because you don't date Black American men. I said, well, to hell with you. I just don't have time for it.
Yeah. Hey, Venus, I didn't see you down there. What did you want to say?
I just wanted to know, hey Black Beauty, hey y'all.
Hey.
Your video, what did you say, if you don't mind real quick, that made her go off? Like, what did you say?
Look, I can play. It's a short video, you guys. It is a very short video. I'll go to my channel right now because I don't want you to feel like I'm just blowing smoke. It was just a clip from what she already posted. She did a video. Hey, fantasy girls and guys. So I wanted to give my opinion on this whole Danica Marie situation because I think it's very interesting that she decided to put out a video about divestors. So let's get into it. So Danica puts out this video called Divestors Are Clowns. Girls, shut up. And I was like, first of all, this is hilarious. So obviously I'm going to watch it, right? So I go watch the video. And I think it's very interesting that she spends a lot of time asking, why are you here? Why are you here? If you're so happy with Chad, why are you here? If you're so happy with Brad, why are you in our business, right? Good question. But no, not really. It's not really a good question because no matter how many Brads or Chads you date, you're still a Black woman. We don't need permission from Black women to be in Black spaces. Hey, fantasy girls and guys. So,
Okay. First of all, you look stunning in that video, number one.
Yeah.
Ooh. I feel like you don't need anybody's permission to be here. For what it's worth, I appreciate you being here. I like you here. You need to stay here. But second of all, like, it seems like a lot of, okay, there are divestment channels and women who kind of go really hard at Black men, right? So I think she's kind of mixing everybody in one in her response. Like, because a lot of that stuff she said doesn't even apply to you. So that's what I'm getting is like I understand why she said some of it because we hear those things from the people who are like, absolutely not, don't date Black men. But she's like throwing you in that category when you don't really belong there.
It's because of the way you look.
Wait, you're on mute. I can't hear you, Fantasy.
She is making me the face of that category. It's not just, oh, you're lumped in with the bitches that don't belong. It's, look at this leader of the bitches that don't belong. What is she doing here? Why is she making these videos? Why is she in these spaces? And I just don't understand. Okay, if you didn't know me, you could have chosen anybody. She could have chosen the Kendra girl that I just showed. She obviously said all Black men are the same. All the things that she was saying about me, she could have taken that video and said, oh, these are the type of women. But that didn't fit her narrative. It didn't fit her narrative. Why? Because she wanted to shit on me specifically. She comes for me with my voice in the very beginning. And then she comes back and she's not pointing out somebody like the girl on the Kendra G show that's pretty hood, that if y'all want to kick somebody out the delegation, she say she don't want to be here. I've obviously wanted to be here. Another point that she made in this video was, we're some of the biggest supporters of the Pookies and the Ray Rays, the Blackistan. We divestors are some of the biggest supporters of them. So why are you getting rid of the supporters of part of Blackistan? How many people are you trying to kick out of this thing? The biggest supporters, you want them to have no money?
Black women are the only ones left.
I know she's close with Six, right? And so I don't watch her content, but I've watched Six a few times, and I do know Six is very pro-Black, right? Like pro-Black family. So I'm just gonna assume she's probably the same way. But
is she pro-Black family because she has a Black family?
Who's that?
Danica.
Oh.
And because I had a Black family a couple years ago. So was I pro-Black then?
This is me assuming because I watched Six. So I know Six is definitely pro-Black couple. So I'm just going to assume based on what she was saying that she takes that same position, because she's saying because you're not currently with a Black man that you're somehow not invested into Black issues. And I don't really believe that is true.
Look at this shit. Then yes, now no.
But
if we
also,
broke up tomorrow,
I
I just
like,
need to know, if we broke up tomorrow, am I now pro-Black? Is that how these things go?
well, first of all, do you claim to be pro-Black? Because that was an assumption too. We don't even know if you are or you're not.
Obviously,
it's fine.
Okay, let's look up the definition. Let's do that. Because instead of me saying I'm pro-Black, oh, hold up. My keyboard disconnected.
Wait,
Why
but let
my
me say this
keyboard?
while you look. I don't like, because she's saying like a lot of the things she accused you or the divestors of, she was doing, right? She was turning her nose up at you, like telling you you're not welcome somewhere. So wouldn't that be
Hypocrite.
the same behavior you're accusing the divestors of doing? But you're doing it to Black women, but then you're saying you're pro-Black at the same time.
It doesn't make any sense at all. How pro-Black
Yeah.
are you if you're shitting on me?
Right.
I am not your enemy. Best believe you got plenty that
but
are
I
not
think,
me.
But I think that's the point, right? Like, I think the reason why you have become the poster child for this is because she sees you, she sees someone who's better, and she's threatened.
I would hope that's not the case. That's an assumption. I'm not going to say
I
that's
mean,
what it is.
but at the same time, she used those words herself. Like, you never said you thought you were better, but she looked at you and thought you were better.
It
So at
sounds
the
like
end of the day,
projection.
yeah, exactly. So
So what does pro-Black mean? The key characteristic of pro-Black is that it deals with power. In fact, pro-Black means not only directly dealing with power, but also building power for Black people. So I'm obviously building up this channel for me. I'm Black. Is this me building up my voice, my power for Black people? There's Black people on this platform that can come out and speak. Is that me building up power in the Black community? I'm just not sure what qualifies you for this.
No, I'm not. I support you either way because I like you, period. I don't really care if you are or not. I'm trying to understand, like, what are we measuring people by? Like, because
that's what I'm trying to figure out also. What do I have to do for the Black community for me to be Black enough to be in the space?
Nothing, because now if you were with a Black man and you had to take care of him or something, they'd be calling you a pygmisha, right? So you can't win. Trust me.
Even if I was with a Black man and he didn't make the right amount of money, even if I was with a Black man and he listens to me as of the other day. If he listens to me, he an idiot. So any and every reason to make your man not good enough is what we're going to use in this space.
That's a fact. Just yesterday, AM was going in about the fact that my man is African, and I settled because he's African. I said, this nigga crazy. He never saw my man's abs, whatever.
Because he's African. So now
say what you want.
So now the original
my man body. Listen, my man, the original Black man is not good enough. I said, Omo, what is this? The original Black man is not good enough.
The original Black men.
Aha.
Wait, let me
othering the African Black men out of the Pakistan.
Girl, he went in for about 5 minutes about how Black beauty, you know what you're doing. You settled for that African man. I was like, what? The African man? I'm just so
He's
lost.
Settling for the African. That's self-hatred. If she wants to point out self-hatred, that is self-hatred.
Right there.
What is wrong with
Wait, hold on. Because you said something earlier that was so important when you were like, I think Black Beauty was saying like the Black men, American men typically didn't go after her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you pointed out that because you are a single mother, most of them have announced that they would not want you. So it's okay to say we disqualify you, we don't want you. But then when you actually find somebody who just might actually want you,
yes, ma'am.
No, that's not good. You went away silently, right? You went where you were appreciated. You said, okay, you don't want me, I'm gonna go where I'm appreciated. And that's still a fucking problem. Like,
I went to Mama Africa.
Black men just want you to just get the dog and die alone because even
get a dog and die alone.
They want us to be unhappy.
Yes, it really is giving. I want y'all to suffer. It's bad. That's so bad.
They mad that I went back home and got me an African that puts me on his back and carries me up 4 flights of steps. They mad, oh.
Shoot, I'm happy for you.
Girl, I'm happy for you too. Let me tell you about my Nigerian sister. She is a beautiful black woman, and her man is from where? Santa Monica, California. He's a white man. He's a white man, retired.
They
Very
love
good
dark
looking.
skin. Is she dark skin?
No, she's actually
Oh.
she's around your complexion. They do love dark skinned women, but she's around your
I'm dark
complexion.
skin.
But she's also like she comes from a political family. So I don't know how she met him, but it's probably some way. But she's with him, and I guess she has the same hangups about the fact that he's a white man. But I said, girl, you better just tie the knot already. Like, stop playing games with this man. Just get with everything you deserve. He takes her everywhere. He takes her on this trip, that trip, trying to just build her life up. Like, she's steady playing games because she want to have that African, that black man. You understand? And it's just like, get over it. This man is already doing for you. Like, even her own mother is just like, go with this man. Go with this man. So, I mean, just choose who chooses you.
I just think it's crazy that people who admitted they wouldn't want you because you're a single mother, and we know how in this, at least this sector, single mothers are the absolute devil.
The
I don't
worst,
understand.
we're the bottom of the barrel.
Right. I don't understand why you get such a
Terrible.
hard time from the same black men who run around telling everybody don't date you. But then when somebody dates you who's not one of them, that's a problem too. I can't understand it.
This doesn't even make any sense. This guy, none. We clearly telling you what the issue is. Stop trying to trauma bond. Get you a white man and get real smoke. Real smoke.
What?
If you were dating a black American man who was like a corporate, I don't know, if he owned his own hedge fund or something, that would be a problem too. You know that, right? They would say, oh, you think you're better because your man is rich. Like, if you had some kind of man like that, it would still be a problem. It doesn't matter that he's black. They just don't want black women that look like us to be happy because we're supposed to be the mules in the community. We're supposed to carry the stress of the community on our backs. And I say,
But
no.
that's the thing. This isn't coming from a black man. This is coming from a black woman. What is the reason?
I'm not.
This isn't a black.
Well,
big fat
okay.
bull.
To be fair, you addressed
Wait.
her, so she was gonna respond, right? You said, "Girl, shut up" or whatever. So she
I
was
didn't
gonna
say
probably
girl
respond.
shut up. That was her title of her video.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. I did not bring her any smoke at all. The only
Wait, that was
thing
the title of her video? That wasn't you that
was the
said that?
title of her video.
Oh, I liked it better when I thought it was you.
Exactly. Like, girl, shut up. I'm not.
Girl, shut
am
up.
not
I was
the
like,
one
ooh,
saying
she's
that.
spicy.
She's feisty. So it's like, okay, you trying to pretend that I just came out of thin air with some smoke for you. No, ma'am. You came out of thin air with some smoke for us. So I come over and I'm like, oh, we don't need your permission to be here anyway, ma'am. Then it's, an hour and some minutes of her going off on me, like calling me all kinds of names. And it's like, ma'am, whoever called you a mammy, it wasn't me. Whoever called you a pick me, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
If anything, I embrace the pick me label. I don't know why people reject that, but being a pick not, it's not cute. Nobody wants to be a pick not. I'm picked. I'm thankful that I'm picked. I'm thankful that my man accepted me back when I went back to him. I'm thankful for where I'm at. And hopefully she's thankful for being a pick me with her husband. She got picked too.
That's a fact.
The only people complaining about pick me's are the people that are single, and that don't make no sense. We shouldn't even be caring what they think. But Big Bad Bull said, don't put y'all's decisions on black men. Love who you want to love without the black man hate narrative, though. We don't hate black. First of all, I'm going to speak for myself. I don't hate black men over here. The Fantasy Island, we don't hate black men over here. That's not what we're pushing. That's never what I'm going to push.
I think anytime you just state a fact, it's received as like you're being hateful and it's offensive. Me just speaking the fact, they do say they don't want single mothers. It is just a fact.
Yes.
I'm just pointing out a fact. Nobody's bashing anybody.
That's a
Big
fact.
Bad Bull, because I see you're upset in the chat. He said, don't let them broads gas you up with the black male hate bullshit. We love all black women, and we encourage everybody to fall in love with those that fall in love with you. So, Big Bad Bull, we're not talking about you, but you know that you've been in this space a lot. So you have seen and heard the black men say single mothers shouldn't have any.
Yeah, on several channels.
People shouldn't be stepfathers. Black men shouldn't be stepfathers. So why is that black male hate for us to bring up that They would not want me anyway. They have said that over and over, that I am not their cup of tea because military, 2 kids from my ex-husband, insert reason here, whatever reason, I'm not their cup of tea. That's Black men saying this in this space. Yes, there are a lot of Black men saying, "Oh, fantasy, you need to leave your Mr. Charlie for me." Hink. But outside of that, when they're coming with smoke, they're saying we don't want baby mamas. We don't want single mothers. So what is the issue with me addressing that? That's
We
what they
was
think.
just on Aaron's show yesterday about the stepfather. I don't know if you were
Yes,
there, but yeah,
I
they're
saw.
very much against single moms. So I don't that's not hatred, but we could move past it since people are getting
Exactly. Every time I
offended.
get on YouTube, I hear that. Thank you, Jocelyn.
But how do
Beautiful
they get
name.
offended? How do they get offended about a true to life experience? Like, you
I don't
can't
know,
get
because there
offended.
seems to be no offense when they're saying the most horrific things about Black women. I don't see those chats. I don't see those same moderators saying, "Hey, this seems like Black women hatred and bashing. Please stop." I don't see that then. But you mentioned a simple fact. It is the end of the fucking world. But I'll be on mute.
Call out who said it and don't say all men.
When did we
Listen,
say all
we never
anything? But let's
said
move on.
all men. We
Exactly.
said we hear it all the time. I know that may seem like we're saying all men because we say we hear it all the time here in this space, but we hear it all the time, every day. There is a different man in this space saying he don't want no stepmama, or he don't want to be no stepdaddy. He don't want no baby mama. He don't want anybody that already has kids. This man did a clip on my Kendra G video to say they don't want no body with baby mamas. They don't want
Yeah.
nobody with kids.
Listen.
Saying my standards were too high. I kept getting that video sent to me. So he did a review off of my Kendra G and said that I don't qualify for what I'm asking for.
Well, they hate the idea that you could actually gain and obtain what you're asking for. Now, that's the thing that's what they're really threatened about. And that's the part, right? It's not in this space, in these divestments. I know you're not a divester, but in these divestment spaces, there's a lot of women hoping and praying. But when you're a beautiful Black woman who actually has a white man taking care of you, and you've obtained everything that certain people are looking for, now they perceive that you think you're better, when in fact you're just getting what you deserve. You deserve to be taken care of, whether it's a Black man, white man, Asian man. I don't see what the problem is. They want you to be unhappy.
I don't see what the problem is either. And then this is what Big Bad Bull has to say. So I already know they be lying, y'all. So I'll start there. But Big Bad Bull said they don't want single mom. The they don't want single mom bullshit is just triggering talking points. It's not truth. There are just as many single baby daddies as there are single baby mamas. Love and help one another. So I believe single baby moms or single mothers and single fathers should be together because we understand the difficulties that we face being single parents. So I advocate for being with somebody that's a single parent. My man's a single parent. I'm a single parent. We work very well together. We help balance each other out also. Also, we don't have to worry about things like the men that come to us and say, "Oh, I want all of my kids to be by the same woman." Well, that's obviously not going to be the case with me. I already have kids of my own. So you can go off and start your family and have your family with somebody that doesn't have kids. There's plenty of them out there. But for some reason they want to talk down to us single moms as men with kids, as single fathers. They're really quick to talk down to us single moms. As men that are single, I understand them, that are single and childless. I understand them not wanting any baby mama drama, any single mama drama. You don't understand what we're going through. So I wouldn't expect you to want to sign up for that. But for these men that are single fathers saying, "I would never date a single mother." Bye,
And that's
sir.
a lot of them. A lot of them say that too.
Bye, sir. It's not a problem for me. It's never been a problem for me. I've never had a problem. No one's ever had a problem with my kids. No one. So I don't know.
It's
I
also
understand what
about
you're
your
saying, Big Pebble.
situation, right? Like sometimes you can
Very
have
much.
kids, and if your ex-husband is still involved, then it doesn't have the same weight as if like if you were really truly by yourself. Because I'm sure he's still involved to a degree, right? So it's like you get to have some time where you're not around the kids, where you can be dating and stuff like that, as opposed to other people who are truly single moms that have no support.
Exactly.
Different.
They have a father. So it's not like my man is ever going to replace their father. They know each other very well. My ex-husband respects my man, and he is a very dominant black man that is very pro-black, and he did not like him for a while, if I'm going to be honest, because he was white. He felt like I should be with a black man if I wasn't going to be with him.
Really? He said that to
Just a
you?
few months ago. Yes, absolutely. Because they have no issue saying whatever they feel, and I have no issue listening and hearing people out. However, just a few months ago, he told me he was so proud of me for making things work with my man. He believes he's a wonderful fit for me, and he understands now what I saw, because he would not give this man a chance just because he was white. So
I think that
imagine him
benefited you
changing his
probably.
mind. But imagine him changing his mind now after all these years of us being together. And the fact that my entire family likes this man. My family, you can't get black people to agree on a goddamn thing. Not even what we eating
That's
for
true.
Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
But they all like this man. There's obviously something good about him. My
You
granny who said,
lucky.
my granny and great aunt who say cracker still love
Yeah.
him.
Nobody, my uncles did not like my Italian fiance. My grandma loved him though, my mom did, but my
Uncles,
uncles, because they grew up in the
grandpa,
Bronx fighting with
everybody,
Italians, they didn't like him.
father,
Yeah.
aunts, grandmothers, mother, siblings, they all love my man.
You lucky.
So it was
Black
like,
people can
who
be
the
very
fuck are
racist.
y'all? Y'all
Yeah,
don't even know him. If you did, you would value him. He's a wonderful man.
that's a fact.
Yeah, but I also don't want you to feel like you need to keep explaining yourself. You know what I'm
I
saying? Like,
don't.
yeah,
This was the most public
that's your
slap in my face
decision.
I've
That's
ever
your
gotten.
life. That's your decision. Nobody's helping you take care of your kids. Nobody's like that. That's your decision.
Except for my man,
Right.
my white
So
Exactly.
man.
So keep him. Exactly. Right. Damn.
I mean, also, as long as you don't get on the putting black men down and uplifting white men, then you're fine. You know,
Which I
like
would never do. I have so
right.
much respect for so many black men that doesn't make any sense.
So that I mean, other than that, I don't feel why anyone should really be offended. Like you're not
Nobody should
disrespecting
be
anybody.
offended.
Yeah.
I'm not stepping on any toes. If I'm calling you, the things that I've said in the past, I stand on that. If I'm calling you out for some shit you doing, you probably out of pocket, Jay Prince, you know. So if I'm saying these things to you, just know I meant it from my soul. And it's not for everybody, it's for you specifically. I'm putting your name on it. So there's no reason to be confused. It's not a confusing message at all. I'm very straightforward. I said what I said. I meant what I said. And Danica, I don't need your goddamn permission to be here. I'm not asking for it. And I'm sure none of these other women are asking your ass for it either. Nobody needs a permission slip to be in this space, man. We're here. We have what we need to say. And people will choose to follow us or they don't. We don't need no extra help from you telling people, hey, don't trust this type of woman. Unless I'm spewing a message that's hateful or hurtful to black people as a whole, there's no reason for you to be trying to shit on me. I'm not taking it. I'm not the one. Bring that smoke to somebody else. I'm not timid. I'm not. I'm going to give you the same energy you give me. I'm not calling you all these names. You're welcome. I didn't cross your face out. You're welcome. I'm not being nasty to you, but don't get cute.
Girl, I don't know who are you talking to? Where they at? That's scary. I'm gonna pray for you.
I'm gonna pray for you. I'm sorry. I'm gonna pray for you. Thank you for joining me, you guys. I don't want this to be too long. I said what I needed to say. But what are you saying, Venus?
Oh no, I was just gonna say this is actually what I really like about you. I like how you're handling yourself right now, and it kind of makes me a little sad for you. Like I don't think you deserved all of that because you don't really come with that disrespectful energy. So that was a lot, but I just don't want you to feel like you need to keep explaining yourself. You know what I mean? Because you don't.
I sure don't. I sure don't. And I'm addressing this because this is the last time, you guys. I've already said what I needed to say about my man. I've already said what I need to say about myself. You guys know who I am. You've already seen me for months now. You know what I'm about. Ain't no trick bag. Follow or don't. Subscribe or don't. Watch me on these other panels or don't, but you're going to get sick of me. I'm going to be everywhere. I have no intentions of stopping. So Danica, this is your warning. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is your warning. I'm not the one. I'm not here to be pushed out of a space by a woman I barely even know. I just started watching your videos, ma'am. But I can guarantee you one thing. I've had more than enough people supporting me and understanding that I have a good message to bring. I have a bright light to shine. I'm not going to let you shit on me. I'm not going to let you shit on my platform that I'm trying to build up. And if you got some smoke for somebody, take it to somebody that deserves it. Take it to somebody that's absolutely disrespectful to the Black community. Take it to somebody that's not trying to help us grow. Take it somewhere else. I don't want it. I don't have time for it. And you're better than that, to be real. I don't know if you know it, but I know it. You don't need to sit up here trying to bash me for you to look good. You obviously were bored. You weren't even supposed to stream. You could have saved that stream for somebody else. You could have saved that smoke. You only spewed out untruths and you only made yourself look bad. So yeah. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for coming through. Thank you for coming up, Black Beauty and Venus and Sweeney and True Table. I really appreciate you guys. This has been a few hours. This is only supposed to be an hour and a half, but I appreciate you guys supporting me. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the way out. I'm definitely not foul for that thumbnail because that's her thumbnail picture that she chose. So she must like that look that's on her face. I don't know. That's got nothing to do with me. So yeah, Fatty, that ain't me. That ain't me, love. She did that to herself. This was her. So yeah, I'll see you guys another time. I'm going to go support Fight Club later on tonight. So y'all might as well go support there too. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.